The age-old question, who would win, the number one offense versus the number one defense? Well, today I think we got a pretty good answer for that. And of course, welcome back. Today the Magic take on the Indiana Pacers, the number one rated offensive team, versus the Orlando Magic, who are the number one defensive rated team. And while I went to this game expecting just an absolute dogfight, I'm very happy with the outcome that I didn't have to stress at all pretty much. But yes, today on a nice Sunday, nice, earlier game, the Magic come in and absolutely just take care of business in Indiana. And I may be wrong, but is this our first, wire-to-wire win since, Houston at the season opener? And like Houston, going into this game, this is another one I was really anticipating, an up-and-coming team that has had very good success early on in the season, pretty much having identical records to us, but having pretty much opposite play styles to us. It was a game I very much looked forward to for a while now. And to me, this is almost like this year's statement game for this team, because we're a team that heavily relies on defense and prides ourselves in that side of the floor, and we're constantly pushing it. That's what we worked on. That's what Mosley, you could hear him screaming every game. That's what he wants. And with that just reminds me, first off, I think we just got to give a huge, just shout out to Jamal Mosley. We can nitpick him at times, but you got to keep in mind, this guy is what, a year 3 coach now, and he has not only, 3 years under his belt as a head coach, and somehow he has these guys insanely bought into this, defensive mindset, and perfected it almost to a point. For the first 3 quarters of this game, it was just an absolute masterclass on that side of the floor. And one area that Indiana really lacks in is the defense themselves, and we were able to really take advantage of that today and made our offense look very fluent, coherent. It looked really good today, and I give credit to them for, being able to figure this out, because Indiana is a team that, kind of lacks paint defense at times, and we showed great success today, going downhill, getting to the rim, and our guys were able to see success there and didn't really have to rely on that 3-pointer today. At halftime, I believe we only had 4 3-pointers, and we were up at I don't even know what were we up, 30? We finished the game today with only 20 attempts, and even that is inflated because that third string unit was just letting it fly out there. I think without them, we probably only took 14, 15 threes as in our rotation. And I have no problem with that, because we know this team really can't shoot that well at times. And if they see success is going to the rim or working at mid-range, then there's no reason to try to force up the threes. Quickly looking at the box score, I just saw our starting unit only attempted 6 total threes the entire game. Now, to be fair, no one got a very extended run of minutes tonight for good reasons. Nobody in the starting unit played over 27 minutes. And I'm going to point out some players and some highlights, but really everyone did their thing today. But tonight, thankfully, we do see the return of Jalen Suggs once again. This is a game that I really think this was the game that we needed him in, and he absolutely showed out. Jumping back into the starting lineup tonight, in 17 minutes he puts up 18 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal, great efficiency all around. And I just really love when Jalen is in that mode where he doesn't, I feel like at times he thinks that he needs to be, a sit and catch and shoot guy, when in reality he's at his best when he puts his head down and drives, gets to the free throw line. He's someone who's very tough and can get through defenders and drive through contact, and then also has the ability to just let the jump shot come to him. He did hit a 3 tonight, coming off the little screen in flow. That's perfectly just what we want. And then obviously we know what he does defensively night in and night out. We don't even have to speak on it anymore. And then his, defensive partner in crime in his starting unit, Anthony Black. Solid game tonight for the rookie. Played his role. Was great on the defensive end of the ball. The shot still coming around. I do like that he is, starting to look for his own shot more. I feel like at times earlier when he was first starting, he never looked at the rim for his own shot. It was he had to get it coming off a cut or something. Now he, he even did take, I believe, first off the dribble 3. I don't know. And then Goga Bitadze today, stepping up huge tonight versus his former team. 8 points, 8 rebounds, and then 4 blocks. And he has just impressed me so much more than I ever thought. When Wendell went out, I was skeptical of how our center position would look, how the defense, how would it, how would we react to it? And Goga's pretty much been able to step in and be an absolute great defensive presence, in his place of Wendell. And he's really just another example of just a guy on his team that just can step in and just play their role to near perfection. Looking over at Franz Wagner tonight, pretty impressive stat line considering, you know, the limited minutes played. Only 22 minutes tonight, 19.7 rebounds, 2 steals, knocked down 7 for 7 from the free throw line, which, thank you, was second on the team with a plus 26, second to his own co-star, Paolo Banchero, who was a plus 28 tonight. Great night for Paolo too. 26 minutes tonight, 24 points, 3 rebounds, surprisingly no assists, but he did get 2 blocks. Once again, another player hit his free throws, 6 of 7. But come on, we can't hold any longer. We know we got to bring up now the dunk. And what do you know? Defense leads to offense. Coming off the steal, he just gets the ball in his hands, goes right to the basket, and for some reason, who was it? I believe Jalen Smith decides to jump with him and absolutely postered. I'm telling you, something about that black eye. Paolo has been... He's acting different with the black eye. I mean, we got the dunk tonight. The Mikes were able to pick up a little interaction tonight with Paolo and Math after Paolo picked up the foul on Ben. We were able to hear a couple he can't guard me pointed in his direction. Hey, listen, I'm all here for it. We need this in Orlando. When defensive teams are feisty, they you know, this is what they do. Obviously, we got our guys on the bench, and Mo Wagner and Joe Ingles, they do their talking. But yeah, give me more of that. And I've seen Franz do it too. With it. Like he talks a lot to fans and benches. So yeah, I just love that. Speaking of Mo Wagner tonight, once again, old reliable, like 20 minutes tonight, 16 points. And it feels like Mo Wagner now is like the automatic safest, like 15 points off the bench we have. Now, it wasn't only him on the bench tonight. Like I said, tonight was a big scoring game. You know, everyone ate. Cole Anthony tonight, 24 minutes, 15, 5, and 3. Gary Harris, 22 minutes, 13 points, 2 assists, 2 steals. A very much appreciated 3 for 3 from the three-point line. That is the exact reason why we miss Gary when he's out. And then Joe Ingles, an interesting little night. 17 minutes, no points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. And we were even up so much tonight, I believe 40 at one point, that we even got to see our full bench get let loose. And we won't talk so much about those minutes. They're the third stringers for a reason. I think we kind of got a little glimpse today on, you know, maybe these guys do need some time to grow. Because I'll be honest, we let them out with like a 30-point lead, and it was down to like 11 with a minute left. There was like a stretch where we turned the ball over like 3 straight times and let them just get like a bucket every single time. Yeah, it wasn't very pretty hoops from that third string, but that's not something we need to be too concerned about. It's more of a luxury that we were able to get to see them play today. And I know the team knows that this was not a win where we blew the lead again. Like Paolo said, they did a great job coming out of halftime and, you know, not folding like we've seen the 2 previous games and multiple times this season. Like, they came out and they kept their foot on their neck. They kept, you know, the gas down, and this is what we need. This is what we've been preaching that they need to do with these leads. And all I'm saying is the more these guys get to, you know, figure this thing out, the more scary this team is going to be. But that is going to wrap it up for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Our next game is Tuesday night. We have a 6-game home stretch coming up. Thank God. Tuesday night though, in-season tournament, first one in the Amway Center versus the Toronto Raptors. Very exciting game. You guys know, the history with Toronto, but we worry about that when the time comes. The Magic have won 3 in a row. We're 8-5. Things are good right now, so let's celebrate. And with that, if you guys enjoyed the video, please feel to like and subscribe. And with that, as always, feel free to comment down below how you're feeling about the team, and especially how do you feel going into this 6-game homestand we have coming up. We do have some tough opponents in this stretch, but it is our first official home stretch. We've only played so many games at home this year, and one of them wasn't even a real home game. It was in Mexico City. So looking forward to that. But on that note, guys, that is all for me today. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.